underestimate the power of that. Because maybe you are the teacher who inspires a future leader of peace. Maybe you are the voice that stops a hand from becoming a fist. Maybe you are the story that gives someone enough hope to keep going. That matters. You matter. So the next time the world tells you that peace is impossible, that hatred is too deep, that war is too big, you look them in the eye and say, I am peace. I carry it in my breath, in my words, in my choices. And as long as I live, war will never win, not in my world. That is your legacy. That is your power. That is your calling, hatred of war. Love of peace. Make it your mission. Make it your message. Make it your movement. And let the world never forget, not because you shouted, but because you lived it. Before I leave you today, I want to say this: peace is not a place you find. Peace is a person you become. It's in the way you speak when you're angry. It's in the way you treat someone who can do nothing for you. It's in the way you look at someone who looks nothing like you and still see a reflection of yourself. You know what I've learned through pain, through the silence, through the stillness of a wheelchair? That true strength is not in standing tall. It is in staying soft in a world that has every reason to harden you. That the loudest revolution is not fought with weapons. It is fought with empathy. We were not born to be at war. We were born to connect, to feel, to build. But somewhere along the way, we traded connection for conflict and fear for faith. But today, right here, right now, you can reverse that. You can choose to rebuild what hate has broken. You can choose to carry peace like a torch through your words, your work, your walk. Yes, the world will test you. Yes, peace will feel like a lonely road. But I promise you, there is beauty in that journey. Because one peaceful heart can light up a room, one peaceful soul can calm a crowd, and one peaceful life can change the course of history. So go out there not as a soldier of war, but as an ambassador of peace. Let your wounds speak, but let them speak of wisdom. Let your scars shine, but let them shine with purpose. And let your life be a testimony that peace is not a dream. It is a decision. I will end with these words, written not with ink, but with experience. You don't need legs to walk the path of peace. You need a heart willing to carry love where the world left off pain. So walk gently, walk kindly, and never stop walking, even when life tries to stop you. And maybe someday, someone will ask you, in a world so torn by hate, how did you still believe in peace? And you will smile, not because it was easy, but because it was worth it. You will say, I believed in peace because I believed in people. I believed that a soft word could silence hate, that a helping hand could rebuild broken trust, that love, when truly lived, could outlast any war. They may laugh at you. They may call you naive. But remember this, the world never changed because of cynics. It changed because someone, somewhere, refused to give up on peace. Because someone like you decided to plant light where there was darkness, to sing when there was silence, to reach out, even when their own hands were shaking. Let me remind you, every kind word you speak is a resistance to cruelty. Every peaceful choice you make is a revolution of its own. And every time you choose to love, despite what you've lost, that's how peace wins. So don't wait for the world to change. Be the reason it does. Be the whisper in the noise. Be the calm in the storm. Be the fire that warms, not burns. Be the proof that one life, lived gently, lived boldly, lived truthfully, can shift everything. And when you are no longer here, may people not remember what you fought against, but what you stood for love, for unity, for healing, for peace. That, my friends, is not just a speech. That is a promise. And that promise begins with you. Thank you. Thank you for choosing the hardest path, the most beautiful path. Thank you for choosing to be a warrior of peace in a world that has forgotten what peace even looks like. You see, one day you and I will no longer be here. The noise, the arguments, the battles, they will fade. But what won't fade is how we made people feel. What won't fade is the peace we planted in places others only saw as wastelands. That is your true power, not your title, not your strength, not even your voice, but the love you gave when you had every reason to withhold it. Because peace, real peace, isn't loud, it's not explosive, it's not heroic in the way movies show it. No. Peace is the quiet courage of a mother who forgives the world that took her child. Peace is the strength of a survivor who chooses healing instead of revenge. Peace is the student who chooses inclusion instead of division. Peace is the activist who speaks softly but moves mountains. Peace is the power you carry in your everyday choices. when no one is watching. And when we all begin to choose peace in our own small ways, the world begins to shift in big ones. So don't just be inspired today, be intentional. Make a vow that no matter what storm the world throws at you, you will not become the storm, you will become the shelter. Because if we truly hate war, then we must truly live peace in our homes, in our workplaces, in our friendships, in our prayers, in our hearts. And that's how we win, not with fists, not with fear, but with the unstoppable light of peace lived loudly. So here's my final message to you. When the world breaks you, bend into beauty. When the world silences you, speak with grace. When the world chooses war, you choose peace over and over again. Because one person, one voice, one heart filled with love can be the beginning of peace for the whole world. Thank you. Go out there and be the beginning.